Yo, what's good, fellow Alien fans, and welcome to an episode of Warzone Wamblings, where I'm going to be talking about the most recent Alien movie, Alien Romulus. It's been out for long enough, so I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. To give you a bit of an idea of who I am, just to let you know that the Alien franchise has been in my life since I was 7 years old. So for 31 years of my life on this planet, I have been a massive Alien fan, and I'm also an author as well, so I do have a bit of a writing perspective. And going into this movie, I'm pretty sure, like a vast majority of the fan base, I was overly disappointed, but I will say this flat out, it is not a bad movie at all. It's quite hard to say this, but I think if you remove the franchise from this movie, it is an outstanding movie. It's just, I think with the first and second movies, it's got a lot to live up to. But moving on from that, I also have to say that this is probably the best looking, best sounding Alien movie since Aliens itself. So remove the franchise from this movie and it's a damn good movie, but it does fall hard on a few fronts, which really did stick with me. I've got to point out a few bits, but if I'm going to point out the bad bits, I'm also going to point out another good bit, which I'm really happy Fede Alvarez went with. Number one, we had the guy in the suit, we had prosthetics, very little CGI, and this is the first alien that looks like an actual alien, probably since Alien 3, if you don't include the crap CGI. I'm talking about the guy in the suit. And also the scene at the beginning where they're on the planet, where they're terraforming. Brilliant to see that, and just bring it to life what life would have been like working for Wayland Yutani. I just can't fault that enough, and hopefully it will give some little fucking spackheads out there a bit of a glimpse into what actual fucking communism looks like. But moving on to what I didn't like, and this has been a massive downfall in terms of what I've heard a lot of other content creators and fans of the franchise said as well. There was just way too many callbacks to other movies. It was great to see Ian Holm again playing, not Ash this time, but playing another later android called Rook. It was good to see him, but I felt that a lot of his scenes should have been cut down and maybe just limited to him talking to them via the telecommunicator. And yeah, some of the lines in there which were just there for pure fan service, I think would have worked in other movies. But when you're going for a serious movie, you're relying too much and too heavily on what has worked before. And I know the context of the whole "get away from her, you bitch" line, in terms of the android Andy did pick that up from that character. I can't remember his name, but yeah, just there was just way too many callbacks. But on the other hand, I do have to give a massive thumbs up and shout out to the cast. I think they all performed brilliantly. Android, it was Andy, wasn't it? Yeah, best performance out there. And yeah, the cast do what they're supposed to do. There's no like actual shite performances, apart from one which I've got to speak about, because we had two specific acid scenes in this movie, and one is fucking outstanding, which is the zero gravity scene. I thought that was brilliant and brought a whole new threat to that acid, which we'd never seen before. But going back to another acid scene with this dickhead character who was picking on the android Andy, that has got to be the most underacted death I've ever seen in a movie ever. Probably since the knee slicing thing in Human Centipede 2. It was just so undersold and unbelievable, considering that this is molecular, hydrofluoric acid, which, as it did on screen, burnt through him. It was just so undersold. I could say the same again for the chest burster scene. Brilliant little thing they added to it with the little x-ray pad, and it started off so brilliantly. Again, credit to the actress. And in fact, I don't think she undersold it at all. It's just when the alien finally does burst out of her chest, it's not like in the first movie where it's ready to go away. It's not like in Aliens where it comes out the colonist's chest. It was just, it smashed its way out and then it just laid there just so lazily. It was just, again, it was just another thing that was so undersold. And the actual xenomorph itself, I'm not sure what the nickname for this one is. Not like the big chap from the first one, but I think this one is called Scar because it does have a scar on its head. Would have preferred to see more from that xenomorph and more kills from that xenomorph as well. We did get the one kill from the xenomorph, but yeah, so many great ideas, and I personally would have taken it in a different writing direction. I'm not even going to reference that fucking creature at the end because that is just Alien Resurrection and Prometheus wrapped into one. And can we just fuck off away from those movies, please? We want something more along the lines of actual Alien, and we don't want to keep going back to this philosopher bullshit. But thank you very much if you are new here for watching this episode of Warzone Wabblings. You can see there we did get the win, me, Mikey and Adam. And yeah, talking about one of the movies in my favourite franchise, the most recent one as well. I think it fell flat, but it's probably the best movie since Alien 3. Again, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It is a great movie. It just falls short on so many creative decision making decisions. Fucking hell, Daniel, learn English. And yeah, it could have been just so much better, but it is what it is. Yeah, if you did like this video, please leave a cheeky like. If you're new here, please subscribe. And as always, folks, I love you. Much love. Take care. Peace.